Here's what's making news at midday. A man is in custody after another man showed up at a local hospital with a gunshot wound. And another community vaccination site is opening up in Wisconsin. We'll tell you where.
This is News 3 Now at noon.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us at noon. Mark will be back on Monday. Madison police have arrested a man after a 21-year-old man showed up to a local hospital with a gunshot wound to the chest. Authorities say the victim was shot during an altercation at a residence in the 300 block of North Pinckney Street. 23-year-old Xavier Bandera was booked into the Dane County Jail on tentative charges of attempted first-degree intentional homicide. The victim is still in the hospital. A very sunny start to your Friday. Let's get a check on the weekend forecast with meteorologist Hattie McLean. Hi, Hattie.
Hi, Susan. Yeah, hard not to smile when you talk about the weather today. That bright sunshine outside is warming us up pretty nicely. Take a live look from the WIC TV sky camera. We're looking to the east from the station, seeing nice blue sky there, just a little bit of high-level cirrus cloud here and there, but not going to do anything to block that sun today. Take a look at our current conditions. Temperatures are warming. 46 now in Madison, 48 in Janesville, even into the 40s in the Dells. We'll continue to climb for another couple of hours. There is a northwesterly wind, and it could be rather strong at times, 10 to 20 miles an hour right now across southern Wisconsin. So that's making it feel just a little bit colder at the lunch hour. Wind chills are back in the 30s in some spots. Our forecast high, though, pretty close to 50 degrees later on this afternoon. Temperatures aren't going to drop quite as much overnight tonight, so it won't be as cold as you start your Saturday. And we'll get a complete look at that weekend forecast coming up in Maine weather.
All right, we'll check back in just a little bit. Thank you, Hattie. Yesterday, Wisconsin health officials announced that new groups, including those with underlying health conditions, will be eligible to receive the COVID vaccine at the end of the month. Governor Tony Evers says with the announcement of those groups, it will put the state closer to reaching its goal, which is to vaccinate everyone who wants to be vaccinated.
So my goal is to make sure that we get 90% of the people of Wisconsin with shots in arms. And if we can get 100%, we should. And I'm hopeful that those of us that get those 2 shots, and I'll be one of those today, as well as Kathy Evers, we need to be ambassadors too. We can be really happy about saving our lives and other lives, but we have to make sure those people that are hesitant around shots get those shots too. It's just as important for them as it is for us.
The governor made those comments while touring a new community vaccination clinic in Kenosha County that plans to vaccinate 2,300 Wisconsinites a day. We have a list of the 20 underlying conditions as well as how to measure your body mass index on our website, channel3000.com. Lambeau Field will soon be used as a community vaccination site capable of vaccinating thousands of Wisconsinites each week. The Packers announced today they plan to partner with Bellin Health and Brown County Public Health to use the stadium for vaccinations starting March 17th. The clinic will start operations in the atrium and may expand to other parts of the stadium as supply and weather permit. The site will start with the capacity to vaccinate 6,000 people per week. That could ramp up to 10,000 people per week if supply is available.
As we get ready to launch next Wednesday, we are really proud to be able to add Lambeau Field to more than a dozen now. NFL facilities, stadiums are being used as vaccination sites. We're also looking forward to using our platform to help promote the need to get vaccinated and to amplify the message to all of our fans.
Any residents already eligible for vaccination in Wisconsin can get their shot at the Lambeau vaccine site, but appointments are required. Right now in Wisconsin, nearly 1.9 million vaccine doses have been administered throughout the state, and 11.5%, or over 667,000 Wisconsinites, have completed the vaccine series. In Dane County, nearly 15%, or almost 79,000 residents, have received both doses doses of a vaccine. President Biden says by May 1st, just 50 days from now, every adult American will be eligible to receive the vaccine. More than 64 million Americans have already had at least one dose. That's around 25% of the adult population. President Biden is focusing on coronavirus vaccines as a way to reignite economic growth, both at home and abroad. Skylar Henry has more from Capitol Hill.
Hello, everyone.
President Biden met virtually with the leaders of Japan, India, and Australia this morning to work on an agreement to expand COVID vaccine capacity in Southeast Asia.
A free and open Indo-Pacific is essential to each of our futures, our countries. But to get this right, we all have to focus on generating domestic demand and driving sustainable global growth.
Last night, the president announced U.S. vaccine production is ahead of schedule.
All adult Americans will be eligible to get a vaccine no later than May 1. That's much earlier than expected.
He says that should enable Americans to return to a more normal lifestyle by the 4th of July.
Where we not only mark our independence as a nation, but we begin to mark our independence from this virus.
But not every state is waiting for the summer. Oklahoma is the latest to roll back COVID restrictions beginning today.
There will be no statewide restrictions on events or Oklahomans.
The president will host a ceremony at the White House today, celebrating the passage of the American Rescue Plan. No Republican voted for the bill, and none are on the guest list for today's event.
This wasn't a bill to finish off the pandemic. It was a multi-trillion-dollar Trojan horse full of bad, old liberal ideas.
But the president says the nearly $2 trillion plan will kickstart the economy.
It's a bill that will get meaningful help into the hands of people in our country who need it the most.
The White House says Americans could see money hit their bank accounts as soon as this weekend. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris are planning to hit the road next week to help sell the American Rescue Plan to the American public. A new study contradicts the notion that teens and young adults are less likely to get COVID than older adults. It suggests that they're actually more likely to become infected. Researchers looked at infection rates in Utah, Florida, Kansas, Missouri, South Dakota, and Tennessee. They say they selected these states because they report COVID cases by age group. Young adults ages 15 to 24 reported a higher frequency of COVID-19 infection than adults 65 and over in each state. In Florida and Utah, they were twice as likely to become infected. The Wisconsin Badgers are advancing in the Big Ten tournament. The Badgers narrowly defeated Penn State last night by 1 point. 6th seed Wisconsin will now take on Iowa this evening. Tip-off is scheduled to happen around 8 o'clock on the Big Ten Network. The Badgers and Iowa faced off on Sunday, where the Hawkeyes won in a close game. The Atlantic Coast Conference has canceled a tournament semifinal between Virginia and Georgia Tech due to a positive COVID-19 test. Quarantining and contact tracing within the Cavaliers program. The league announced the cancellation 12 hours before the teams were set to play the first of 2 semifinal games. That means the Yellow Jackets will advance to Saturday's championship game to face the winner of the North Carolina-Florida State matchup. The cancellation comes a day after Duke withdrew from the tournament and ended its season amid its own positive test. There's more to come today on News 3 Now at noon. When we come back, another round of coronavirus economic relief.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture at Wanakee Furniture ETC, the #1 Smith Brothers dealer in the nation. That's right, per square footage, we sell more Smith Brothers than anyone else. So let our design experts customize a look for you during the Smith Brothers factory authorized sale at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of PowerSwabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to PowerSwabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. PowerSwabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stained caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth that's darker than the rest, Power Swabs can target that area using swab precision.
I really love the fact that you're able to go individually on each tooth and make sure that it's going to be wider.
If you have yellowing between your teeth, if you have coffee or tea stains near your gum line, just snap, swab, and smile. And in each 5-minute application, you'll see whiter teeth. So stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. And start using the Power Swabs 5-minute solution. Just snap, swab, and smile.
After just 7 days, the results were awesome. Power Swabs was easy to use every day, and each day I could see it better and better, and from beginning to end, it's definitely whiter. They look clean, they feel clean, and people have made comments about it, which is nice.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. Order Power Swabs and receive up to 40% off the retail price. And as an added bonus, by ordering in response to this advertisement, get a free Power Swabs Quick Stick pen with your order. The Quick Stick pen is your on-the-go solution to help prevent stains from adhering to your teeth after drinking coffee, tea, or even after smoking. And in addition to saving up to 40% on your purchase and your free Quick Stick pen, get free shipping by ordering now. Dial the number on your screen or visit powerswabs.com today.
Do you suffer from ED? Did you know there could be a way to relieve ED without harmful medications, needles, or surgery? Peak Performance for Men is here to help. Click or call now to treat your ED. And remember, our results make the difference.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture at Wanakee Furniture ETC, the #1 Smith Brothers dealer in the nation. That's right, per square footage, we sell more Smith Brothers than anyone else. So let our design experts customize a look for you during the Smith Brothers factory authorized sale at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
One step closer for another coronavirus vaccine. Novavax says a late-stage trial showed its COVID-19 vaccine is 96% effective against the original strain of the virus and 86% effective against the British variant. Keep an eye on your bank account this weekend. That's when Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen says the first wave of new stimulus checks will go out. People who make $75,000 or less are eligible to receive the $1,400. Married couples who make less than $150,000 can expect to get $2,800. Employees are weighing in on what they want to see the workplace look like next. According to a new Glassdoor Harris poll, 70% of employees believe that a COVID-19 vaccine should be required before they are called back. And 2/3 of workers say employers should offer vaccine incentives like bonuses. But 86% of workers say they would prefer to keep working from home in some capacity. And happy birthday, Ken. Barbie's other half is turning 60 this year. Mattel celebrated with a reproduction of the original Ken doll. Barbie's first gentleman has diversified his look since debuting in 1961. Mattel says it is in talks with fashion designers to help give Ken the gift of becoming a real social media influencer. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Diane Kinghall.
And let's check stocks at midday. The Dow is up 171 points, but the NASDAQ is off by almost the same number, and the S&P 500 is down 7. Music's biggest night will have a different look this year because of the pandemic. The 63rd Grammy Awards will not have a live audience, and there will be a lot of precautions. The show will also pay tribute to live music venues that the pandemic has greatly impacted. As for those who stand to take home the most trophies, it's Beyonce at the head of the pack with 9 nominations, including 2 for Record of the Year. You can catch the 63rd Grammy Awards Sunday night right here on CBS. And there's more to come today on News 3 Now at noon. When we come back, a sunny and pleasant start to the weekend. Hattie McLean tells us what's in store for the rest of the weekend ahead in your First Warn forecast.
Tonight on CBS, the night begins with an encore presentation of Oprah with Meghan and Harry, a CBS primetime special, followed by Clarice. Then get a complete wrap-up of the day's news on News 3 Now at 10.
Get ready to save. This weekend, the Ashley Home Store off the Beltline in Madison is hosting a massive warehouse liquidation sale. Save as much as 90% off store-wide. Shop clearance items, floor samples, special buys, and more. Friday through Monday only at Ashley Home Store.
These days, Social Security is denying more disability claims than ever. If you can't work, it can be harder to win benefits. I'm attorney Don Becker. Now more than ever, you need an experienced disability lawyer. For over 30 years, my firm has helped people win benefits. Disability law is all we do.
The Becker Law Office, 1-800-254-7766.
Wisconsin is a home of workers. We know what needs to get done, and we do it. Yet, we've been hit hard, some harder than others. Our contact may be limited, but we still can lift each other up. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we want you to know we're here to help.
Who really has the best beef? Meet the facts. Fact. Hy-Vee's standards are so high, their cattle have to be hand-selected. And only 6 out of 100 cattle are even good enough to be called Hy-Vee Choice Reserve. Only 6 out of 100. Makes you wonder who's buying the other 94 and selling that beef to their customers. Get the facts at meetthefacts.hyvee.com.
Friday through Monday, shop the massive warehouse liquidation sale at the Ashley Home Store off the Beltline. Save up to 90% off furniture, mattresses, and appliances while they last. Bring your truck and trailer because everything must go. Only at Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
Saturday morning, local musicians are ready to get back on stage.
We'll preview a new streaming concert series put on by the Barrymore Theater. It's in our Morning Notes segment, Saturday at 5 and 8.
A sewer backup destroyed a disabled Janesville veteran's basement.
This isn't my fault.
After the city refused to pay for damages, local businesses and community members saw our investigative report and are stepping up to help. That's why News 3 Now investigates. The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Let's check in now with Farm Director Pam Yankee. It's Friday, Pam. We made it to the end of the week.
Hallelujah, Susie Q. I'm with you. We can't wait until we can get outside. I want to suck up every degree that we can today and through the weekend because it sounds like we got a drastic change coming up on Monday. Still, people are excited about being outside. I know that I've gotten a couple different folks that have been asking gardening questions. I talked with a horticulture specialist that said, you know, when you can actually start working the ground, that's kind of a sign that maybe the frost is out. And you have to think about some of those really hardy crops like broccoli, cauliflower. You might even be able to get started just as soon as you can start working the ground. But remember, Mother Nature in Wisconsin has a tendency to kind of turn its back on us. So be careful if you're not, if you're worried about losing some of those crops. Hey, we're starting to pick up momentum, too, as far as summertime activities. I am very pleased to report that the Dodge County Dairy Promotion Group has announced that they are going forward with their face-to-face on-the-farm dairy brunch. It's scheduled for Sunday, June 6th, just outside of Juneau at the Nels Farm. Now, the interesting part is that the dairy farm that they are going to actually sold their cows back in February, but they still have young stock around, and they asked if they could please step up and host. They were going to do that in 2020, but obviously the pandemic changed all of that. So Dodge County, one of the first that's coming back online with their face-to-face June dairy activities. That's a brunch on Sunday, June 6th. Now, some of the markets that you're looking at as far as the grain trade have adjusted since I sent the numbers over. The March contract expired yesterday afternoon, so we're seeing kind of some technical movement of contracts. We're also getting a lot of reports out of Brazil and Argentina. They are getting hit by a lot of wet weather, and that is really hurting them as far as crop progress is concerned there. Barrel cheese today up a quarter at $1.55 1/4. 40-pound block cheese down a half at $1.79, and double A butter, Susie Q, finishes on a Friday up a penny at $1.71 1/2. So there you go. I'm ready for the weekend.
I am too. Have a good one, Pam.
Thanks.
All right, let's head over to Hattie now. She has more details on the weekend forecast. Hattie?
Good afternoon, Susan. Well, Pam and everyone probably in love with this weekend forecast. Is looking very nice for southern Wisconsin. 46 right now as we head towards the weekend on this Friday afternoon. Still a little breezy. That northwesterly wind, 20 miles an hour, making it feel cooler at this lunch hour. 38 degrees is what it feels like outside. Note that sunset time, 6 p.m. So sunset now officially later than 6 o'clock. And it's going to get even later. Keep in mind this weekend, daylight saving time begins. So on Saturday night, before you head to bed, don't forget to turn that clock ahead 1 hour. So our new sunrise time on Sunday morning is later. It's 7:10. So it'll be dark later in the morning, but we'll gain that daylight at the end of the day. Sun will be setting at 7:03 p.m. on Sunday. So once we turn those clocks ahead, really starts to feel like spring with those longer days. Weather track showing you that a cold front has passed through. Again, behind that front, it's a northwesterly wind. High pressure in control, though, and that really has scoured out all the clouds across the region, so sunshine is going to continue. This area of high pressure will prevent the storm system to our south from really moving in, so our forecast is dry for the next couple of days. No clouds anywhere across the Badger State right now. Take a look at the temperatures, though. It is a little cooler up to the north. Keep in mind there's still some snow on the ground in Superior and Rhinelander. Temperatures in the 20s there. It warms quickly as you head to the south, where we have really lost all of our snowpack. We're in the 40s right now across southern Wisconsin. Again, winds from the northwest, so we're pulling from that colder air this lunch hour, but with the sunshine getting higher in the sky, that sun angle helps us warm up a little bit more quickly. So here's a look at temperatures across southern Wisconsin. Close to 50 through the Wisconsin River Valley right now, 49 in Boscobel, 48 in Lone Rock, a little cooler in the Dells with 42 degrees, down along the state line, 48 degrees from Platteville over to Janesville. Winds are going to be diminishing as we go through the afternoon, and you see as we hit through this evening, those winds very light. So with clear skies and calm winds overnight, it'll be another chilly night tonight. Your future track forecast has high temperatures in the low 50s in most spots, 40s though north of Dane County this afternoon. Heading into this evening, temperatures will cool down rather quickly by tomorrow morning into the upper 20s across southern Wisconsin. Note that southerly wind, though, that is going to help us warm up a little bit more on Saturday. We should see plenty of sunshine by lunchtime, already in the 50s. Should see mid to even upper 50s in some locations later Saturday afternoon. Here's a look at that next storm system, though. As we mentioned, things are going to change heading into next week. Sunday will stay dry. You'll note just an increase in the clouds across the area, but the precipitation should stay west of the Mississippi River Valley through the day. Overnight, Sunday night, some light snow is possible, and you may see some snowflakes mixing with some rain at times through the day on Monday. All this precipitation comes to an end late Monday night or early Tuesday morning. Could even get a little bit of clearing later on in the day on Tuesday. So it is March. We can get snow this month, and we do have some snowflakes in the forecast. Looking ahead, though, looking pretty quiet as we head through next week. Just more seasonable. Temperatures will top in the low to mid 40s, but lots of sunshine in this 10-day forecast as well.
It always happens this time every year. We get this stretch.
A little tease, right?
And then we're done, now that I just jinxed us. Okay, all right. Thank you, Hattie. There's more to come today at noon. When we come back, we'll see what Howard's working on in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Today, we're wrapping up our week of international food favorites with a dish that's off the charts good. So grab a fork and join us.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Millions of customers are leaving their providers and switching to Spectrum. And if you have satellite, it's not hard to see why. Because unlike satellite, Spectrum gives you all the services you need, like internet and TV from one provider.
They do?
Yeah, they do. And Spectrum has the fastest download speeds with the most reliable performance. Get Spectrum Internet with speeds at 200 megabits for $44.99 a month. Call 833-531-4499. Spectrum wins on TV, too. Unlike satellite, Spectrum doesn't have an ugly dish to install. And you get exclusive premium original content with Spectrum Originals.
Wow, really?
Really. Plus, Spectrum has more free HD and free on demand. Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-531-4499. And unlike satellite providers, Spectrum doesn't have contracts or early termination fees. We'll even buy out your current contract up to $500. Switch to America's fastest growing internet, TV, and voice provider. Get Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each. Ask about our easy self-install options. Call 833-531-4499.
From working out to catching up. And of course, game night. Your home is the foundation for all of life's awesome moments. This is Tom Coyle. My family and I say thank you. We're proud to be a part of this community for 76 years. During our anniversary event, standard carpet installation is just $76. Carpet one room or your whole house and we'll install it for only $76. Coyle Carpet One Floor and Home. Locally owned and operated since 1945.
What a week we've had sharing our international food favorites with you. Today, we're making a dish that I recently fell in love with. It's called buttered chicken. It's an Indian-inspired dish with a creamy sauce that's comfort at its best. Let me show you what's in it. With a name like buttered chicken, it only makes sense that we start by melting some butter in a skillet. To that, we add a chopped onion, and after a bit, we add some garlic and let it cook for a while. Then we melt more butter in a large pot. Now we add some tomato sauce, along with some heavy cream, turmeric, salt, ground red pepper, and a bit of something called garam masala. In case you're not familiar with garam masala, it's a spice blend that we can find in most grocery stores. After our sauce simmers for a bit, we'll add our onions and some chunked up chicken that we've roasted in the oven. Once all the flavors come together, serve this over some cooked rice and you're good to go. And after your first forkful, I have a pretty good feeling you're gonna be hooked. The recipe for our easy butter chicken is online now, along with all of this week's international food favorites. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. I hope you've had as much fun as we did discovering new foods from around the world. Every one of them will have you saying, ooh, it's so good.
Thank you, Howard. Animal researchers in Finland are using technology to improve the lives of animals in captivity. Scientists built a box with a monitor that plays videos on demand inside a habitat for white-faced Saki monkeys at a zoo. When the monkeys stepped into the box, the video of the week started to play. Subjects ranged from other zoo animals to forest scenes to worms. Scientists say the monkeys appeared to recognize objects in the video clips. The study published in the journal Animals says the monkeys engaged in less scratching when they watched the videos, and that was a sign they were less stressed. Well, we're going to be a lot less stressed about this weekend forecast.
Yeah, I was
it's going to be
more,
beautiful.
More screen time for the animals, less for my children.
Yes.
Right? That's the mom in me. Let's take a look outside, though, in Platteville this afternoon. We have just some high-level cirrus clouds there, but overall a nice day setting up in Platteville as well. Weather track not picking up a lot of cloud cover on the area. We have just those clouds skirting right along the state line this afternoon. Day planner temperatures take us to highs right around 50 degrees this afternoon. We will be dropping back into the 20s overnight. Here's another peek at that weekend forecast. Saturday is going to be the warmest day. Plan your outside activities on Saturday with highs in the middle 50s.
All right, thank you, Hattie. Have a great afternoon, everybody. Hope to see you back here for Live at 4.